Joining me now is Paralympic gold medalist Ellie Simmonds. Ellie, thank you very much for joining me. So, fantastic success at London. You've got an OBE to your name, so many world records. You've been busy, haven't you?
Yeah, been pretty busy for my long career so far. London was incredible, going to a home Paralympics and achieving what I achieved, 2 golds, a silver and a bronze, and then we've just recently had our World Championships in Glasgow a few weeks ago, which was great to come away with a gold, a silver and 2 bronzes. So
fantastic! So well done for that as well.
Oh, thank you very much.
So did you go to those championships, expecting anything or?
You always, in the back of your mind, would like to get a medal, but you just go in. I'd recently moved to Manchester before the World Championships, so I didn't know what it was going to be like. But I went out there, swam the best that I could on the day. My 200 IM was really good, coming away with a gold and also a personal best, which was a world record. So I'm really happy, and now I'm on a break, which I'm really enjoying, and then maybe get back later in the few weeks. Enjoy my break and then get back in for training for Rio.
Brilliant. So, looking back to London 2012, a home Olympics, you came out so well. You got 2 golds, a silver and a bronze. How clear are the memories from that time in your head?
Really clear of London. I think it's memories that I'll never forget, to be honest. It was a highlight of my life really so far. And recently, we've just been, about 2 weeks ago, I went and competed back in the London 2012 pool for National Paralympic Day.
Oh, brilliant.
And that was the first time being back in the pool and competing there. And that was great, bringing back the memories of London and having a great crowd cheering me on and giving me a roar. And I think when London 2012, it's still talked about now, so that jogs your memories as well.
And, I mean, can you put the feelings into words, that moment when you were coming up the final, for the final time, you were coming up the pool and then you just touched the board and you realised that you'd won. Can you put that feeling into words?
It's quite hard to put it into words, to be honest. Leading up to the competition, with my rival Victoria Ireland broke my world record a few months ahead of the games, and going into the games, people expected me to get a gold medal. Being a home games and having home pressure, so I think I was very nervous leading up to it, and me and Victoria Ireland had a great race for the 400, and that last 25 I just put my head down and just gave it everything I got, and when I finished, I think to start off with, it was just every emotion possible.
Yeah.
You're really happy, you're so happy, and to break the world record and do a big PB, and then I think it's relief as well because of all that pressure that you've finally got that gold medal, and you can say that you're coming away from a home Paralympics a gold medalist.
Yeah. So we've got them here, haven't we? So
yes.
So what was this one for then?
So one of these was for the 400 metres freestyle in London,
yeah,
and the other gold was for the 200 individual medley in London as well.
So let's see if hold it up so the guys at home can have a quick look. I can tell you it's really heavy. It really is.
Yeah,
definitely
it is
gold
really
anyway,
heavy.
but it's really heavy. I mean, because you were doing your GCSEs at the same time, weren't you? So how much work went into that? Because you were obviously education, but also training so hard.
Yeah, it's really important to balance it out. I've got to have an education as well as being a swimmer at that time when I was that age. So it was really tough, but it was great to have that balance and having a great support group around you, like my parents and my coach at that time, Billy Pye, and the British Swimming Support, helping me be able to focus on my swimming towards London 2012, focus on an education, which is important as well.
Brilliant, thank you. We've got to go to a quick break now, but we'll be talking a bit more after this very short break. See you all very shortly. Still with me now is swimmer Ellie Simmonds. Ellie, thank you again for joining me. It's great to have you here. So, being a swimmer, have you always been a water baby? Is it always something that you've always wanted to do?
I've swum from an early age. My parents took me to learn how to swim, and having older siblings, them going swimming and me watching, I've always wanted to get in the water. My local swimming club, Bolmere, it has a learn to swim place and also a competitive side, so I learned to swim at the age of 5 and then built up each level and went then moved into the competitive side and then started competing for them. But when I was younger, I didn't just do swimming, I did other sports as well. I've always been a very active child. And
you said that you were interested in horses as well.
Yes, I was. I used to have a pony and I used to love horse riding. So yeah, like when I was younger, I hated just sitting around being bored and watching TV. I like to just be on the go all the time. And swimming's a sport that it is very time consuming. And now I have to train 18 hours a week. So when I was younger, it was quite a lot of hours, and I just wanted to be there with my friends.
And I mean, it's been a big journey. Tough. I bet it's been tough at times, but you haven't let anything hold you back, have you?
Yeah, it can be really tough. There has been sacrifices being made, and with all people, I think if you want to be at the top, you've got to sacrifice things and dedicate your life to that sport. To be honest.
And so, when you started swimming, when did you first know that you wanted to make this your living? Because a lot of people, they go swimming, or swim after school. When did you first know that this was really, I could be good at this? I
think going to junior championships when I was younger, I thought I was quite good. Going at the age of like 9, getting selected to be on the talent squad. I think it really didn't kick on me really till I qualified for my first World Championships at the age of like 12. I went to them in 2006, went to World Champs in Durban, and then 2 years later was Beijing 2008, where I qualified for the Paralympics. So I think you don't realise fully that this is what you want to do. It just naturally happens.
Yeah, I mean, and when you were younger, because before you started competing, like you said, like Beijing Paralympics, you competed against able-bodied athletes as well, didn't you? So when did you make that change?
Yeah, competing for my club, I used to compete at their local District League championships and competing against able-bodied swimmers. It wasn't till actually going to finding out there was disability competitions and going to the junior championships. That's when I started competing against people of the same ability as me.
And I mean, the Paralympics has really been put on a stage, especially since London 2012. I mean, how has it been for you, going through the years and now with Paralympic Games being such a big thing?
It's been amazing to be on this journey of where in Beijing, my first Paralympics, to see it. We did get recognition, not as much as the Olympics, but then to be on the journey towards London 2012 and see how the Paralympics has developed year on year on year, and now with a year out from Rio, and what London 2012 did for Paralympic sport was just incredible and showcased that we are just athletes the same as it, and it's great to be part of that journey and part of that legacy. And now with Rio next year, it's exciting that hopefully it can be again on another stage.
Yeah, and so how is preparation going for Rio?
Yes, it's going well at the minute. I'm on my break, enjoying that, and then in September I'll be head down towards Rio.
And so looking, to the practical day-to-day job of an athlete, just how does your training scheme work?
So I train in the morning. I've moved to Manchester High Performance Centre now about over 10 weeks ago, and I train in the morning 7:30 till 9:30. Then some days I do gym straight after training in the morning, and then I get back, have rest, do what I need to do, jobs and things like that, and then go back for training in the evening, 3:30 till 5:30. So I do that 9 times a week.
Wow, so very intense then. And have you got a trainer working with you at the moment?
Yes, I have. I've got a coach called Rob Greenwood who's really good, and he's the head coach of the GB Para Swim team, so he's really good.
And so just quickly, what sort of thing would you have for breakfast? If you're training, what sort of thing would you have?
Oh, I'm normally stick to my porridge. That's what I normally have. But lately I've been having cereals, but porridge is normally the training time.
Nice hearty breakfast.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I will join you after this break again. It's time for a short break, but join us after for more of your headlines. With me is Paralympic gold medalist Ellie Simmonds. Ellie, thank you again for joining me. So you've been really busy. You did fantastically back in London, but what have you been up to since?
So I've just competed at the World Championships in Glasgow. Swam really well there. Came away with a gold, a silver and 2 bronzes, and then I competed at National Paralympic Day, which was really good. It was like the anniversary game since London 2012, and that was so much fun competing there with the crowds.
How was the atmosphere there?
It was incredible to come out, walk out. I did 100 breast, which is not one of my events, but it was really good. to come out there and get a massive roar, and that buzz again like we had in London 2012 was great. And then now I'm on a break and then get into training for Rio 2016.
And so you've obviously your gold was in the freestyle and also the individual medley. Would you say freestyle was your stroke of choice?
Yes, I'd say freestyle. 400 free and is my main event, and then 200 IM as well is also my main event, but freestyle I do like it.
Yeah, and because obviously with the individual medley there's butterfly as well. Some people find butterfly hard, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, have you got any tips for anyone who's, you know, a bit of a swimmer and, you know, just trying to tackle butterfly?
To be honest, butterfly is my least favourite stroke at all. After it's the first length in the 200 individual medley, and once that's over I'm like, woo, it's over, and it is really hard. I think you've just got to try and get that motion of being in the boat, like a dolphin really, that motion and getting your arms over, and it's quite a timing situation, like you've got to get the timing of the kick and the arms.
Yeah. And when you're racing, obviously skill and training all goes into it, but on those last lengths, how much does, you know, grit, determination and really that want to win come into it?
Oh, it comes in 100%, to be honest. If you haven't got that, you can't have that, because normally on the last 25 metres everything's hurting, and if you just put your head down and go for it, and that determination, that will to win, if that comes out, then you're on it, you can do it. So it's really, really important. It's funny because the spectators, they just see you swimming, normally how long, like from a 405 minutes they see you swim, but they don't realise how much it's not just the swimming and the training, it's we have a psychologist, the coach training, land work, all this dedication.
It's a whole package.
It's physio, massage. You need to be at the best with everything.
And you know, when you're swimming, can you hear the crowd cheering?
I can when I come out the core room to the starting block. Normally I try and like to listen just to give me a buzz. Yeah. But not in the water at all. No.
You're just blocked out. I suppose because you're underwater as well, it just blocks all that, doesn't it? But at least you can, you know, focus then on the task in hand as well.
Yes, that's what you need to do.
And obviously Rio coming up. What events are you hoping to compete in there?
To be honest, I haven't really thought about what events that I'm going to swim in. I'd love to swim my 400 free and 200 individual medley, and maybe the 100 free, the 100 breast and the 50 free. But the few months before the games, we have to go to a competition where we have to qualify and swim those events and get the qualification time, and then we get selected for Rio. So hopefully I get selected. I think that's my main aim at the moment, is just to qualify and to go to Rio, and then I'll be thinking about what events I'd like to do and my aims for it.
And is there any specific athletes you'll be looking out for in Rio?
Yeah, there's a lot at the minute. There's a big Ukrainian called Elizabeth Mereshko, and then there's a young Australian 13 called Tiffany Thomas-Kane, and then there's Chinese, there's Brazilians, there's loads from all other countries that I need to be watching out for.
Fantastic. And just quickly, you're heading off to Mozambique, aren't you? Is it on Wednesday?
Yes, I am.
So what are you doing out there?
So I'm looking forward to just going on a break out there and just go and hopefully see some dolphins.
Brilliant. Well, it's been brilliant to have you in the studio today, and obviously have a fantastic time out there, and also best of luck in Rio. We will all be behind you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for bringing these medals in.
Thank you for having me.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Ellie.